Something is breaking open in your life right now. Not tomorrow morning, not when the season finally shifts, not when the people around you begin to understand what you have been carrying, but in this very breath, in this precise second. Something is moving through the hidden chambers of your experience, and everything it holds was already set aside for you long before you ever took your first step into this world. I want that to sink past your understanding and settle somewhere deep in your chest where you actually feel it, not just hear it. This was already prepared for you. I have been watching you. And I do not mean watching from somewhere high and distant like a figure on a balcony looking down at the street below. I mean close. I mean the kind of close where you can feel another presence in the room even when no one else is visible. Every single time you lowered yourself to your knees in an empty room where no witness existed, where no applause was possible, where no one was recording your devotion or handing you credit for it, I was right there, leaning in, fully present, completely attentive. You had no idea how much weight I gave to each and every one of those conversations when you simply opened your mouth and talked to me out loud like I was sitting across the table from you. I have been living in the silence between your syllables, in the space where prayer collapsed down to nothing more than a sigh, a slow exhale, a tiny, almost invisible turning of your inner self toward me. That was more than enough. I received every particle of it. You have carried other people with a sincerity that you have rarely extended to yourself, and I see that. I have watched you hold the names of the people you love like stones in your open hands, stones that never seem to get lighter no matter how long you carry them. The ones whose health keeps you awake in the hours when the rest of the world is sleeping. The ones whose distance from you creates a pressure against your chest that no amount of distraction can fully dissolve. I have seen you find quiet corners and put your face down and give me everything you had left. I have heard you in the deep, dark hours long past midnight when you were genuinely uncertain whether any of it was shifting at all. And I want you to know that it was shifting. Every word reached me, not filtered, not placed in a waiting area, not processed through layers of distance. I received it the moment it left you completely, entirely, without delay. I know every name you have brought before me. I see the full texture of the circumstances surrounding those names, the complicated history, the silent fears, the things you have never said aloud to another person but somehow managed to say to me. And I am not standing still in response to what I know. Let me speak directly to you right now, plainly, without decoration, because you deserve clarity and not more ambiguity. What was locked is in the process of coming unlocked. What appeared to be sealed permanently, what looked like stone walls that your prayers kept hitting and sliding down without effect, I am moving that right now. Not because you finally discovered the right combination of words, or because your faith reached some invisible threshold of perfection. The reason is simpler and more profound than that. The moment I designated for this, before you ever arrived on this earth, has come. I am going into places that appeared to have been permanently sealed off. I hold authority over them that your natural eyes have not yet had the ability to witness. I act before the evidence appears. I arrange what you are going to encounter before you ever lay eyes on it. Type Amen in the comments right now if you feel this landing in your spirit. That child who wandered away from the place your heart needed them to be. That relationship that grew cold despite every effort you invested in warming it back up. That door that has been shut for years, that you have faithfully continued approaching even when logic told you to stop, even when the silence on the other side seemed like a final answer. The relationship that felt permanently frozen. The situation that seemed to have no exit. I see all of it. I have been inside every single heartbreak, every name whispered in desperation, every request that never made it past a barely audible murmur. Not one word fell to the ground and was lost. Not one moment of prayer was wasted or overlooked. I caught everything, and the time has come for my response. Not a vague response wrapped in more waiting and more silence. Not a conditional answer with fine print attached. A complete response. A full answer that speaks directly to the specific weight you have been carrying. Where coldness has lived, warmth is arriving. Where separation has made its home, I am bringing nearness and the possibility of something rebuilt. I am breathing into relationships that hardened into what felt like a final state, because my breath softens what no human hand has the power to reach. Where your voice cannot penetrate, my spirit goes. It moves into hearts that have closed themselves off from you entirely. It slips past walls that your most earnest efforts and most genuine words could not get through. I am already in there, already present in the life of the person you have most persistently prayed for, already inside the scenario that appeared finished, already working within the relationship that felt like it had spoken its last word. I was moving before you finished asking, and what I have set in motion cannot be reversed by anything. I want you to understand what is happening beneath the surface of what you can currently observe. The situation directly in front of you is telling one version of the story. I am writing a completely different version. My version has never once been wrong. I have never abandoned a chapter I intended to complete. I finish what I begin. That is not a statement of possibility or intention. It is a declaration of who I am at my deepest nature. I am the God who completes. What I began inside of you and over the lives of the people you love is on its way to you right now. Your prayers are not dead words floating in empty air. They are living things, active and purposeful, moving through a spiritual atmosphere that exists alongside everything you can see and touch. Right now, in this moment, I am moving through that atmosphere, touching hearts you cannot physically reach, entering rooms that were barricaded against you. I can reach any person in any place at any moment through any barrier that exists. Stop carrying this as if the outcome depends entirely on your strength and your effort. It never did. I am in the center of it. I am moving ahead into the situations that look impossible from where you are standing. I am working in the details you cannot manage and in the hearts you cannot soften through your own doing. My love does not hit a wall it cannot pass through. Before you brought those circumstances to me, I was already there. Before you finished speaking the names of those lives out loud, I was already at work inside them. This is your word for today, not a general announcement broadcast to everyone equally. A specific decree issued directly over your life, your family, and everything you have been holding quietly in the private spaces of your heart that no one else has seen. I am not slow. I am not far. I am here and it is time. If something in you is responding to this right now, say Amen out loud wherever you are. There is a longing inside you that runs deeper than just wanting things to improve from this point forward. It reaches backward. You remember what it was like when things felt lighter, when the people you loved most were gathered close, when the table in your home felt warm, when conversations flowed easily, when peace moved through your house, the way early light moves through an open window in the morning. That memory feels distant now. And sometimes in the quiet you reach for it, the way you might reach for something you can almost remember holding, but cannot quite bring back into your grip. I want to speak directly to that longing right now. I am the God who restores. Not the kind of restoration that merely resets things to where they were and stops there. Not the kind that repairs the surface problem and declares the matter resolved. When I restore something, what I bring back carries a richness that surpasses what existed before. Your family will be closer to me after this than they were before any of the distance appeared. The peace I am building into your home will be more solid and more layered than the peace you remember from the seasons you look back on with longing. The warmth I am returning to the relationships that have gone cold will carry a depth and a texture that was not present in the original version. What you are reaching toward in your memories is not the ceiling of what I am preparing. It is the floor. There is more above it than you have currently imagined. Hold that as a genuine promise with your name on it, not as a comforting idea offered to soften a hard moment, but as a specific word addressed to the particular shape of your circumstances. What is ahead of you is not a dimmed and faded replica of what you once had. I do not produce pale versions of things. I do not accept diminished outcomes as the final word. When I rebuild something, I give it a richness that makes the original look like it was merely the rehearsal for this. The best that I have prepared for you and the people you carry in your heart has not yet been seen by you. You are still traveling toward it. And the road behind you, as difficult as parts of it have been, has not canceled a single thing that is waiting ahead. Let me say something now about every prayer you have ever offered to me. Not just the polished ones delivered in the right setting with the right posture. Every single one of them across your entire life. The desperate ones and the carefully composed ones. The confident ones and the completely confused ones. The ones that barely left your mouth and the ones that came out like a flood. I heard all of them. I heard the prayers you said in the middle of the night when your house was silent and the weight you were carrying felt like it was the heaviest it had ever been. I heard the conversations you had with me while driving to places you can barely recall now. Just talking to me, sharing your fears and your needs, and the names of the people you ached for. Those were real prayers, and I treasured every one of them. I heard the prayers that came out as tears rather than as words, the kind of weeping that makes no sound but which is louder to me than anything shouted from a stage. I heard the long, deep sighs that carried more meaning than a paragraph ever could. I heard the pauses in your day that were their own kind of prayer, the moments when your heart turned toward me even though exhaustion had taken your words entirely away. I received all of it, and I need you to know something critical. I have been answering, not always in the form you anticipated. Not always appearing where you had your eyes trained watching for a response, but I have been answering. in the interior life of the person you have been praying for, the one whose situation seemed to be moving in entirely the wrong direction. In the subtle shifts happening beneath the surface of things that look completely still from where you are standing. Nothing you gave me was mishandled. Not one prayer, not one tear, not one moment of faith maintained during a season when maintaining faith cost you something real. Not one act of trust that appeared to produce absolutely nothing visible in return. I store all of it. Every piece has a purpose. Every piece is currently in use. I know how to work with what looks like an unanswered prayer. In the silence between the asking and the receiving, I was working, aligning things that exist beyond your field of vision, repositioning people and circumstances you had no ability to move yourself, arranging the components of the answer so that when it arrived, it would arrive whole and complete and fully formed. I am not a God who delivers partial answers. When I respond, the response is entire. And now I want to give you a specific picture of what I am doing in this very season. I am making arrangements. I am aligning relationships that will carry a portion of the answer you have been waiting for are being positioned right now. Doors are being calibrated to open at the precise moment they are supposed to open, and not a single moment before or after. People are being moved into place, some of whom you have never met, who are carrying something that belongs to the answer I am assembling for you. You would be astonished if you could fully see the level of intricate detail I operate in when it comes to the specific circumstances of your life. During the seasons when all you had was faith, when the visible evidence had given you nothing to work with, I was making the necessary adjustments, closing the gaps, multiplying what had been planted in trust during dry seasons. Get yourself ready for something that will be extraordinary. Get yourself ready for an answer that goes further than the question you asked. The kind that will cause the people who know you well to look at what happened and say there is no natural explanation for that. Get yourself ready for a restoration that brings back what was lost and simultaneously gives you things you never even thought to ask for. Because I see your actual needs with a clarity that goes beyond your ability to articulate them to me. I see everything you are carrying, the names and the weight, and the accumulated heaviness of remaining faithful through seasons that gave you nothing you could point to as evidence of movement. And while I am fully seeing all of it, I am simultaneously moving in all of it. I am wherever I need to be at once. I am acting in every situation that has been brought before me. Keep your eyes open for what is coming. The evidence is already traveling toward you. Right now, something new is being poured into you, not borrowed from somewhere else. Not a temporary solution designed to carry you through this one difficulty and then dissolve once it has passed. Something genuinely new. A fresh anointing is being placed on your life in this season. A layer of preparation for what is coming next is being applied to you right now. I am giving you insight that goes beyond what accumulated experience alone can produce. Even so, I value what experience teaches. But this is a different kind of knowing, the kind that sees past the visible layer of things. A clarity that allows you to perceive what I am doing before the evidence has caught up to it. To know what action is required before the path has made it obvious. to sense in your spirit what your mind has not yet had time to process. I am giving you courage that you do not have to manufacture through effort and repetition, not the kind that requires you to talk yourself down from fear until the fear is small enough to move past. This courage comes from a place inside you where my spirit lives. It rises from deep within. The things that used to make you freeze and hold back will no longer carry that same power over you. The voices that whispered your vision was too large, and your expectations were unreasonable, and you should stop knocking because those doors have made their position clear, are losing their influence over you. I am replacing hesitation with something that does not collapse when circumstances resist. I am giving you endurance that is not generated through your own reserves and your own willpower until nothing is left. The strength I am giving you is not yours in origin. It flows from me and moves through you as a channel. When your natural supply runs dry, this strength rises to meet the need. It outlasts your personal reserves by a measure you have not yet experienced. This